Good evening, Frisbee fans, and welcome to the 2019 Fall Season ROK-U Finals. I'm Tom Kopranica, pleased to be with you here again in Joongbu for this excellent matchup of the defending champion Joongbu Ducks versus the Seoul Spartans. Ducks looking to repeat. The last time that happened was the Daegu Hurricane, way back, I believe, in the 2016 season. The Spartans will start with the disc. Looks like ROK-U, Mike O'Toole, and Heiji starting in the back for the handlers as Heiji clears out. Cam resets to Mike. The Ducks look very sharp in those green jerseys. Nice contrast with the white as well. Mike and ROK-U content to move it between themselves here before swinging it over to the break side. The Ducks are running some sort of two-woman wall in the middle there with Hyuna and Rose clogging up that middle space, making it hard to find anything. And so it is a nice strategy for ROK-U and the other handlers to keep that disc moving on the low stall count, really attack that break side. Oops, got a player committing a violation starting before the disc is tapped in. And it's just out of Cam's reach. He does have those long spindly arms. Not quite spindly enough on that one. Ducks will get a chance to break on the first point. Kyle calls for the clear. Give himself some space to work in the up line before hitting Rose. Back to Kyle, who takes the shot. ROK-U's all over it. Hugo de la Roca with an attempt on the sideline, but ROK-U gets the D and quickly resets play. And already they're again back to that break side. Spartans really using that horizontal movement as a result of that wall in the middle there. And that's exactly what the Ducks want. They want to force throws like that. Mike rushes the hammer over the top. Cam is open, but it's just a difficult throw. I think Mike might be a little more comfortable with launching that hammer more of a long-range throw rather than that short to medium distance. Ducks with another chance, very close. Rose just turfs the disc to Kyle. He wasn't quite sure what he wanted to do with that cut yet. Bit of a miscommunication there. Spartans again over the break side, and these teams a little antsy in the finals. Derek, there you go, going to the milkman. Ooh, there's the Ilkman with the D. And Cam launches it. Anel, completely uncovered. These teams have had a difference in pace so far. The Ducks taking a leisurely pace off of all these turns, but the Spartans have been quick to attack every time. And there's the quick score off of the huck from Cam to Anel. And ROK-U gets the bookends for the first point of the game and a hold for the Spartans. 1-0. Oh, these teams have had a long day, and that was a long first point. They're in for a night of it. Our game format tonight is to 13 with a soft cap at 50 and no hard cap. That means that at 50 minutes, teams will finish that point, and then after that score, they will add one, and the team must score to win. No anticlimactic scores by the losing team to end a game. Okay, the teams look ready to start point number 2. Got Joongbu on the field. I need to ask him if that number 50 jersey is the Tim North style of representing your age. Young does have to be up in the higher brackets, bringing up the average of the Spartans. Him, Tim North, Joongbu, all in their upper 40s and still getting it done on the fields of ROK-U. Cam with the pull. Big backhand. Derek, Hyuna, and Kyle in the backfield for the Ducks. Up to Rose. She does so much work in the middle of the field. Finds Kyle on the reset after spinning a couple of times, figuring out who she wanted to throw it to. Rose is in that athlete phase of her Frisbee career. She can get open at will catch everything. Once she takes the next step and adds the throws to her arsenal, she's going to be a big weapon. There she is again. She's always finding that space in the middle of the field. Ducks getting the reset to Kyle. There's a pick call. Hand signals slowly making their way more into the game of Korean Ultimate. It's been a nice emphasis over the last 6 months to a year of the club teams and the ROK-U teams as well to get these in. I think it really accelerates the learning process of what the rules are and how we communicate them so that everyone on the field and on the sideline is on the same page. Kyle's hunting before taking the reset to Derek. Loves that backhand, and there's the shot up the middle. It's behind Hyuna. She makes a nice attempt. Is unable to come up with it. That's more of a young style pace for the Spartans. Again, that first look to the break side. Heiji up to Sam Perkins. Takes a couple of seconds before he looks upfield, as there were no players behind him. That is his preferred place to throw it. A lot of people around the disc there. That's what the Ducks want. It's Young makes a nice throw to Ankita, who slings it upfield. Didn't quite have the distance as Kyle plucks it and hucks it. Rose in the end zone. That's where she wants to catch it. Best place for a young player to catch it. Get the stats, get the glory. Don't have to make the throw. Nice play by Kyle. Great throw. Same third huck. And the Ducks even it up. That's 2 holds. Haven't seen a clean point yet, a 0 turnover point from either team. Just getting the jitters out. 4th game of the day. The weather is beautiful, but turning chilly as the sun fades. And again, really nice closing speed by Anel there. And we see the replay. Replay is provided by Cartographic Productions. Thank you, Kevin Keebler, once again. As we prepare for point number 3, let's take a look at how the teams got here. The Ducks with an absolute demolition of the Daegu Hurricane in the semifinals, 11-1. Hurricane, the 1 seed coming into this weekend. Oh, my mistake there. Hurricane defeated the 1 seed Daegu Storm in their quarterfinal match. That often happens when you have the big win over a crosstown rivalry like that. That game can seem like your finals, the big upset win. And then you just run out of steam for your next game. 11-1. The Spartans, on the other hand, had a much closer game against the Pohang Homie Goats, perennial contenders in recent years, winning on Universe. Spartans are quickly over half field, and that's the range Cam wants on that hammer. Right through the hands of Anel. She's going to turn those gloves on and have another opportunity. Derek pulling Mike into the backfield with him to handle. Kyle going up. We've got tall on tall in the backfield there. That's James Gerhard marking Matt. The other half, Hugo De La Roca, gets it back to Kyle. Up to Rose. Seems like I'm saying all the same names. Get used to it. There's the clean throw from Rose. Derek plucks one out of the sky in a crowd. Nice catch. Derek, not the tallest player around, but he will make some plays in the air. Puts it upfield. And Jen Chris unable to keep that one in bounds. I don't think she had a chance as the disc had turned away from her. Hit that second helix. Spartans with a full field to go. Young and Mike, what a backfield. Derek on the mark. He's got the flat mark. He knows Mike likes to put it on cue. The blade is going to get some nice extra yards before it goes out of the bounds on that roll. That's a nice decision by Derek to put that flat mark on Mike. The Spartans were unable to get that horizontal movement going early enough. Ooh. Kyle's got a long walk ahead of him. And a long walk back. This is ROK-U's first finals here in Joongbu, and we really couldn't have asked for a better day. Field quality is very nice. Turf field, always a bonus for ROK-U. No risk of cancellation. We've got a foul, no contest. Derek's going to keep possession. Rose in the middle, over to Matt. Gets the quick throw. Ooh, Matt. Great throw up to Kyle. Finds the pump. Pump fake to Hugo. He's isolated back there, but puts the throw up. There's a pick call, but they're saying unaffected. Cam immediately streaks deep, has the height mismatch, and plucks it from Kyle. He's got an L on the other side, Hedgie in front, and doinks it. And he knows it. Hands on the hips. All right, Ducks have to go the full length of the field here. Small discussion there with Cam and Kyle. Without that hand signal, tough to know. Rose and Hugo, that connection. Young on the mark, making life hard for Hugo. Another experienced player. He's got a few seasons of ROK-U under his belt. Always seems to find himself open, catches everything, just needs to add that next tool. That's what ROK-U's all about. Learning and burning. Nice movement from the Ducks. Looking as sharp as the green as Kyle. He's putting in as many fakes as he can. He's going to burn those cleats out. That's what he's going to do. Puts the sling up to Rose. Nice pressure by Anel. Made that a very difficult catch. She had the positioning on the open side under. Rose tried to go over the top. She's got a bit of a height mismatch. Nothing like we saw moments ago with Cam on Kyle, though. Young, another chance. Puts the blade over the top. And there's the rip. Look at the speed on that disc. Anel, again, the Ducks seem content to leave her down there. And I think the Spartans will take that shot every time. Despite her drop earlier in the game, Anel is fairly sure-handed and has the speed to chase those down. If Cam gave her just one extra second before he launched that thing, we'd have 2-1 Spartans. Instead, we get to have a lovely stroll through Cheongju. I'm really liking the color coordination of Derek with those white cleats and white shorts. Really sharp. Gets that nice first throw to Matt. Back to the center of the field. This is the bread and butter of the Ducks. Get it to Derek. Let him use his backhand. That's his favorite weapon. Kyle, Rose, and Hugo gain the yards and let Derek control that disc. And there's Rose. She's in a spot of trouble. Finds Double D. He's got no one back there with him. Kyle Kim. Double D, Double K. And Rose, she's just everywhere. Got a pick call. Hands on the knees, hands on the knees. If we get a goal here, everybody will clap their hands. It's early in the game. But as I mentioned before, it has been a long day. The concession stand was a delight once again. I'm sure these players partook. As Jen makes a nice cut to that front cone, Kyle's going to have to launch over the top. And wow, that was not to you, Matt, but it's always good to be greedy on the Frisbee field, especially on the receiving end. What a catch! Hugo, let's just say he was there for backup. A very impressive grab on that blade throw, coming in on the opposite side. What a goal, and there's the Ducks. Make it 2-1, that's a break. I think the Ducks are as confused as I am about how he came up with that one. All right. Matt's going to take a break, and he has earned it. So looks like we've got Derek, Kyle, and Rose. They're not going to see much rest in this game. They want number 2. Number 1 tasted good, and they want another piece of that candy. Hammy the Tiger can stay in Joongbu for all they care. And same for the Spartans. Cam, Heiji, still out there. And we've got this wall, this 2-woman wall that's gumming up the works for the Spartans so far. It's really important against that kind of thing to just have the patience. Don't be afraid to make 20 passes on a point. It's fun to score in one, but you can start paying dividends to the bank by making this defense work. Wear them out early in the game. That's ROK-U. Very casual on that push pass. Spartans have really kept the disc just in that 1/3 of the field. They would really do well to get these resets a little bit wider. They've been doing a good job of coming towards the disc to catch it. Always important against the zone, but they're not utilizing their space as well as they could be, as Cam keeps the feet in. At least that's what the sideline would have you believe. Looks like there's a bit of a discussion. And I think we're going to get to see some acting. Cam, theater major. And looks like call's retracted. Coming in on 0. Good spirit there. Kogan Knoll ready on the defense. Look at those hoppy feet. Cam has to launch it. Great pressure. Ankita is there. How did they forget about her? Again. The Ducks leaving one of these Spartan ladies completely uncovered 30 to 40 yards from the disc. The Spartans have the throwers to hit that kind of thing, and they're making it easy. A ton of room for error when there's just no defender in sight. Great catch by Ankita, keeping herself in bounds. That was a tight one from that far sideline. Same third huck again. And that's a hold for the Spartans. 2-2. Always the best score, Matt Lynn says. We are in for a good one. Yep, Cam and Hagee still out there for the Spartans. And we have long enough breaks between points in ROK-U where that actually is viable. More recently in the club scene of Korea, we have had the luxury of volunteers blowing that whistle for us, keeping things on time, and ROK-U has improved with that as well. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. There is teaching time in this league. As I mentioned before, that's what this league is about. A blady one from Cam. That's going to roll out. Gets the defense a chance to set up with the disc on the sideline. Whew. Ducks playing it tight over there between Hugo and Rose. Keeping it on the sideline just as the Spartans did. And there's Kyle. Just needed a little more float on that. That's a tough throw. Did a good job to have it come back in bounds, though. Young with the sling. Bread and butter. Kyle says, "You're not going to fool me again," but he's not quite big enough. And then Nell, that's her second drop. Ducks quickly back over half field. Boy, both teams. Nice swing by Derek. I was saying both teams just keeping the disc on the sideline. Making it hard on themselves. Maybe that's just the way they like it. Ooh, sneaky little inside throw from Rose there. Right through the pocket. We're back in. Derek needs a reset and finds Kyle. Up the field. Ooh, Sam Perkins. That's the burning. Look at him go. We've got a foul call. All of that for nothing. Oh, he was feeling good about himself. He took off like a taxi driver. See you later. Calls the contest back to Kyle. Hands on the hips. Yeah, man. Kyle puts the blade up to Matt. He's going to come down to that. He's already shown those hands. Great goal. 3-2 for the Ducks. Looking good on their quest for 2. Let's have a look at this replay. I think that, yeah, Hugo's saying he got him on the arm from this excellent perspective of 40 meters away. I thought Sam made a nice play on that disc. Either way, it's a nice bailout throw from Kyle to Matt. Another long point. These teams are grinding out here. feeding off the energy from the fans, showing the scorecards for all the amazing plays. At this pace, it doesn't seem as though we'll get to that 13, so we will get to see that soft cap in action. Learn by doing, I always say. Derek with the low flat pull. ROK-U and Mike again in the back for the Spartans. Up to James. Resets. Back up to James. Didn't even have to move to get that one. Stayed exactly where he was. Calm and patient on the break side for the gain of yards. Veteran play. Cam a bit stuck. As Mike puts it up to James. Ooh! He was turning back time to get to that one. Almost made it. As our friendly photographer attempts to help. But I think Derek with another veteran move could use those extra seconds of breathing time for his team. He's fine though. And on that start of play, we do see the often mishandled tap in for the disc that's gone out of bounds. Despite what about 80% of those situations, the outcome of about 80% of those situations are in Korea, you do not need to tap the disc in. Disc is live. We've got a call downfield. Shouldn't affect the disc being in Kogan's hands. Kogan Knoll, number 43, had lots of big plays in last year's final. I think we can expect him to get more of the workload coming up. Well, he does have a little slipsy poo in the backfield there. He's up. Everything's okay. Kyle again on that right sideline. Hunts for Derek. They're playing with fire there. And again, they try to keep squeezing these throws right at the sideline. They look pretty when they work. They're a tough throw to make. And this is one of the worst case scenarios, is when the disc doesn't come back in. Thank you, Matt, for being a marker there, helping old Mike. Great D from Rose, putting the pressure on that reset. And another casual push pass from the Spartans, this time Mike to Cam. Over ROK-U, our other pushy passy. And there's that wall again by the Ducks. This time it's Rose and Holly Stancers. Kyle comes sprinting through for the D. Derek up to Rose. Ducks are looking to get to work quickly. Rose, very ambitious. Over the head. Jen Chris. That's the right look there. I like the aggression from Rose. Those are the kind of throws you learn from. Mike, eager to give it back, shoots it right past Cam, who may not have been ready for the disc to even be checked in yet. Wild hammer fake from Derek. I love it. Woo! Holly tries to squeeze it, and there's ROK-U again. He's had a ton of Ds. Big presence on that side of the disc so far this game. Tough spot to be in. Your own end zone corner. That front cone. No mark, but the wall is stymieing Cam there. They keep moving it backwards. It's a very tough place to be. Seems like we've got some sort of confusion happening with the mark/zone situation. I think Cam's saying that they're a little too far away to be stalling. Now we're in, ready to go. Nice find through the middle there. Up to Patricia, and the zip by Cam. He's got ROK-U on the end of it this time. He's going to come down with that. Man, those backhand hucks from Cam. He really can put it from one side of the field to the other in a hurry. That's Kyle's responsibility, I think, in the backfield there. He's the one that's got to know where those players are and communicate to his other defenders. Spartans are going to continue to look to exploit that. Some sideline help from the other Ducks is going to be very helpful. Because as the Spartans move backwards and take all those short passes and things get tight and ugly, it's very tempting to creep up from that deep spot and forget all about who's behind you. Great start to this final. 3-3. Heavy competition. Love the intensity by both teams. This is a game that Cam wants. Look at him getting the team ready. Guy's been in the league for a long time, has been at the top in stats, always a big presence. His teams have been good, but never quite been able to make that extra push to get into the finals. This is a first Seoul team finals appearance since the Hammers, the Waz Whale Robbie Hammers, that walked over the Hurricane in that one to end their dominance for a season. As Derek shoots one to the moon. That's a bailout throw. And in that situation, a good decision. Oh, looks like we have a call. Is he going to get another shot at that? Very fortunate for the Ducks. Oh, take it back. That's a stall. Cam hunting. Stall climbs, finds Heiji. Puts it in the end zone, and there's Anel. Keep feeding her. You've seen the end of those slippy hands. Always reliable in the end zone, number 15. She was also on that Hammers team. So she's going to be the one to lead them and tell them what it takes to bring home Hammy the Tiger. And all the glory that comes along with it. There's the timeout from the Spartans. Love that call. They've gotten the break that they needed. Oh, pardon me, is that a hold? Anyways, they're back on top. That's where they want to be. And they've been seeing a lot of mileage on some of these Spartans so far in this game. Nice time to take it. Okay, coming in out of the timeout, looks like we've got Spencer, James, Mike, and Cam, Heiji, Patricia, and Anel. That's a strong 7 for them. Big Game Ken offering emotional support. I wonder when we're going to see some action out of big game, Ken. This is the big game. Who else are you going to throw it to? We've got Captain Cam there dialing up some plays. And on the other end, Ducks taking a more, let's say, spiritual approach. They already know what it takes. They know what to do. They just need to get their minds in the right place. Looks like that's Rose leading the charge in the huddle. That's nice to see. Oftentimes the boys can get their heads a little inflated and just talk and talk and talk and talk. Kind of like I'm doing now. Good to see a lady take charge. Let them know who's the real boss. Boy, that emoji is cute on those Spartans jerseys. As the game goes on, I'm starting to like them more and more. So clean, and really stunning to see Cam's so clean after a full season. The guy spends a ton of time in the dirt while playing Frisbee and just in his daily life, I would imagine. Okay, looks like they've had a bit of a change for the Spartans. Ankita is in, Sam and Young. So they've got young and old out there on the boy line for the Spartans. Sam Perkins, formerly of Joongbu, made his debut at the Busan Bids tournament years ago and just had some wheels. Anytime we get an athlete in this community, people start licking their lips. Sam Perkins, another one. Once he adds those throws to the game, it's going to be very valuable. Back in. Get that arm ready, Cam. Let's see a zipper. There it is, another one that's going to roll out. Very nice, and I like the strategy of that. Derek quickly centers it. That one pump fake. He's always looking to set up that backhand with the big flick fake. Got a call downfield. Momentary stop in the action. Isaiah keeping the crowd entertained on the sideline. I'm sure we'll see plenty more of that on the dance floor tonight. As Jen Chris just bounces off her chest, she's back in it on defense already. Like seeing that. Didn't do the stare at your hands and wonder what happened. Just got back in the play. Trusting the team to be there, not making the moment about herself, as Kyle Kim sneaks in for the D. You know, earlier, Cam snuck over Kyle for that big sky. But the opposite side of that is you always know where Cam is on defense. Guy takes up a lot of space, so it's easy to avoid him. But Kyle, people forget about him out there. And so he comes up with tons of sneaky Ds. Jen Chris trusts the hands, gets it right back. Kyle with the sling to Derek. He's going to come up with that one in the left-handed one-hand grab. Calls the timeout with Matt wide open. Oh! The end zone stall 0 timeout with probably your best receiver streaking down the field. I know our gracious commissioner, Michael McNamara, loves the call. Ooh, but this humble commentator has to disagree for this moment, as Matt was uncovered. And even if he wasn't, I think he can take any of those boys one-on-one in the end zone. That was a great throw by Kyle. Derek was at full speed. Really led him quite nicely there. As we get a look at the old dogs of ROK-U just mirroring each other. Some great psychology on display. And there's Cam teaching him what to do for that Delmar flick fake. Don't bite. Don't give him the around. That's what he wants. I wonder what the Ducks are going to come up with. Hard to imagine it's going to be anything better than tallest, arguably most athletic male unguarded in the end zone that they had before the timeout. But who knows? Maybe we'll get to see something wild and wacky. Ducks are ready. Spartans will get to set up their defense. They got to protect that front cone. And as this timeout drags on just a bit, it's like the offense wasn't even listening. They're still directing out there. Here we go. And they put their most trusted receiver. She's not making the super flashy plays like Matt had earlier, but she has way more touches on the disc. Nice decision putting her in the front of that stack. Patricia has her work cut out for her on defense. Pardon me, that's Hagee on defense there, guarding Rose. Nice denial on that first cut. Derek's forced to look to the reset. Cam had Kyle locked up on the up line. What's our call here? Some pick downfield? Saul must be quite high. Derek puts the blade. Woo! Just as they drew it up, Rose comes up with the goal. And that was just a decoy all along. And those are the kind of plays that it takes to win back-to-back finals. Celebration there with the hubby, with Hugo. So we get to see Kyle. So quick. His acceleration on the defensive end. He's always hunting. And nice placement on that throw by Derek. He put just enough float. Just enough for someone to run under. And luckily that someone was wearing green. A green that is inarguably green. The score remains tied. Bodies are looking a little colder. We're seeing arms crossed, some hand rubbing as we come down the stretch. Look at the twinkle toes on Derek making that pull. So nimble. Joongbu in the backfield. Over to Hagee. A lot of reps between Hae-ji Young and Cam and Mike on sub, club team out of Seoul. So they've got great chemistry. And ROK-U, a very reliable presence with the disc. Over to Cam, that wall has been very effective in clogging the middle, but Cam finds on Kita. Back to Cam. With 5 ducks around the disc for a moment there. The rare quintuple team call opportunity. As Cam shoots it. And there he is again. Looks like he had an L open, and she was for a split second, but Kyle can cover that ground. As Cam should know all too well. His sub-teammate with another D, really racking him up, as he is wont to do. Ducks with a chance to break and retake the lead. Did they ever have a lead? That could be a mistake by your humble commentator. As it is, Kyle digs it out. I think we have a down call, and I do think we saw some kick up from the turf before he was able to get there. The boys in white calling it down. And the ones in green. Okay, Kyle maintains possession. Nice catch. Hugo, no one around him. Still, what is going on with this Seoul Spartans defense? There's ROK-U. Very fluttery throw from Hugo up to Matt. Up to Kyle. They're riding that sideline. Pick call. Was quite open. Cam is a good defender in that space. No reason for Kyle to be that open other than a pick. Good movement by the Ducks, getting it over to Hyuna on the far sideline. And Kyle makes a great catch while Cam's in the area. Paying him back for earlier. Derek again. Nice catch by Matt with James giving up the body in the dust. That'll ruin that jersey. A lot of action by the Ducks. They need to get some discipline with that stack as Derek hunts for Hugo. Just out of his reach, he got the fingertips on it. He knows he could have made that catch. He's going to have to work extra hard to earn himself another opportunity. The masked wonder, Young, trots over in what looks to be just some New Balance trainers. He's not even wearing cleats out here. As Cam spikes the disc. Wrong end zone, pal. That is a gift for the Ducks. Let's see if he calls another timeout. Derek with the sky ball. Oh no. Wow, they have been working out for the Ducks. And we get to see the reverse. As Hugo jumps into Rose's arms. Poor luck for the Spartans on that one. That's 2 in a row of throws that do not come out as intended. ROK-U is all over that disc. Unfortunate sequence of events for the team in white here. Maybe back in his Keist days, ROK-U comes up with that. Need a little more lift. And a catch and twirl for the wife and husband combo. Lovely to see. The Ducks can smell their second one. Can Ducks smell? They have good olfactory senses. They can smell it. Title number 2 is now within reach. But do not count the Spartans out yet. They have shown they've got the one-throw score capabilities. The zippers from Cam to the ladies in the end zone. And Nell just needs one more for that hat trick. Derek is certainly ready, waving that disc around. Low pull. Off on Kita's foot. After it had already rolled on the ground. Very easy to see as they're kicking up some dust on this field. ROK-U and Joongbu directing traffic. He's not dressed unlike a traffic guard with that mask. Not a lot of cuts out of the Spartans here, and that's what will happen after a game of stifled offense. That wall being in the way, there's just confusion at this point. The Cutters aren't sure what to do or where to go, so they don't go anywhere at all. Which ironically can be the best thing to do against that kind of zone. As Mike goes down to what looks to be a calf cramp, tightened up on him, and that's what will happen at the end of these long days. He's already up. Could just be a veteran move to get Cam back in the game with some fresh legs. Still, the cuts from the Spartans are not finding a home. Young delivers it. Kyle again. Oh boy. If they do come up with this, Kyle has made his case for MVP on the defensive end alone. And Nell was ready and waiting, but she has nothing to do but stand and wait for it. Kyle is free to charge. If she goes towards that disc, there's going to be a collision. Derek ready for title number 2. He's thinking about that first snap with Hammy, cuddled right up against his bosom. Rose, reliable as always in the middle. Just keep it in the hands of the ones who won it last year. That's what they're going to do. Rose, Derek, Kyle, Hyuna, Hugo. He's on the sideline, but still making a huge impact. A Hugo impact. Spartans will need some inspired play. Ducks look very confident right now. Not rushing it at all. Moving the disc with ease. Hyuna over to Derek. Seems like they've just been walking it here. What a pace. Cool, calm, and collected as it goes off the hands of Rose. And the Spartans have life. Wow, that's such a gift. He always sure-handed Rose Van Niekerk with a drop in the worst possible situation. Spartans moving it up to ROK-U on the precipice. Floats one to Cam, who's going to get a second chance. Unable to keep his feet down. Just too casual from ROK-U there. It's the same throw that the Ducks lucked out on twice in a row. And he rushed that throw. His feet, needs to be sure of his footwork there. Cam's a big target, and he can make up a lot of ground vertically and horizontally. But you need to place that disc. Just keep it in bounds, really. Okay, Ducks ready for another stroll up the field. But they're showing a little wear and tear. Kogan with the bailout. Up to Rose. Just the chemistry of this team. Pick call on ROK-U. The reset up. Disc coming in. Wow. Derek snatching that right from ROK-U's belly. Shoots for his speedster. Not enough float on that one. Kyle plays the world's smallest violin. And old Young making his way. Patience. That's his game. Sam digs one out low on the pass from ROK-U. A lot of lefties in this game. Rose, Sam. I mean, that's enough, really. As Ankita floats one. These teams ending the game the way they started it. Making sure they each have enough opportunities. That's nice. Sharing is caring. But they want to be greedy here. Oh, he gives it right back. ROK-U. ROK-U makes a great play to get it back from Derek, and he's able to shoot it up to Cam right on the end line. No timeout, lefty. Speaking of casual, that's Cam's style, though. A lot of trust there for Young. We have a tie game yet again. Now that was wild and wacky. Lefty over the top. Very little spin, as you can see that thing fluttering. Just enough. And ROK-U has played an integral part of keeping the Spartans close. He's playing the Kyle Kim role for Seoul. Bunch of D's in the game. Very reliable in the backfield as a handler. Getting some much deserved rest. Okay. 5-5. We're coming up on that soft cap soon. Cam with the pull. He's done a nice job of placing those so they land right on the sideline and roll out. That's practiced. Defense is set for the Spartans. Derek On the sideline, centers it to Hugo. He slips. And James gets the D. Young in a hurry this time up to Cam. He's got James open. Instead, takes the calm route. James is still there unmarked, but Kyle is hunting. And looks like Derek's just got his foot stepped on by Cam. Nothing you can do but waddle around like a duck at that point. Okay. Boys ready to go. Cam immediately goes for the end zone and comes up with it. Great throw by Young. Caught him sleeping a bit. Not a lot Matt could do in that position on defense. But Cam, great job by going straight for the jugular on that. Ruined his tights, but it's well worth it to give the Spartans the lead 6-5. And that is going to put us into that soft cap. It's now a game to 8. Matt was totally unprepared. Standing upright, not in his defensive stance. And Young takes advantage of it. So 2 more will do it. As we see another lead change in this game. Spartans back on top. Cam getting some rest here. That is a surprise. I thought for sure he would be riding it out to the end of this game. Young's feeling fresh on the other hand. Let's see if his pulls are quite as accurate. Disappointing. Young. Ducks will get to brick this one. I believe that's our first bricked pull of the game. And we get a bit of change of scenery here. Derek up the field. Kyle operating as that center handler. Tiana and Kogan flanking him. Takes Tiana on the open side. She really has improved a lot as Kyle just snags that one away. Gotta be greedy as a receiver. Jen Chris was there. He didn't see her. He's got to take that disc. Great mark by Young, keeping Derek on the sideline. He's able to find Kyle up the field. Ducks looking a little less confident as they had on previous points. Looking a little more rushed. There's a sling from Derek to Hugo. Sam in the area. Gets it. Oh, he's cramped. That hamstring just tightened up on him in a bad way. Hugo immediately there to help out his opponent. On days like these where it's not so hot, it is easy to get dehydrated and have cramping issues. You're still sweating. Very important to get the fluids in you. And Cam giving us a show. There's that theater school degree. ROK-U, there's the rip. Young tracking. Will it come in bounds? Yes. No. The big psych. Cam looking to do it all in one throw. Let's see where that went out of bounds, as the Ducks are going to be able to reclaim some yards here. Fans pointing. No one knows where. They're all enjoying that mini keg that Matt Huff is carrying around. Derek has a trot up the sideline. Still trotting. Still trotting. Ooh, this is quite the trot. Oh, Matt Weisker. Just a sideline beacon. Derek looks upfield to Jen. Makes the catch. Resets to Kogan. There he is. Having that impact late in the game. We've got a travel call. Oftentimes in ROK-U, the newer players will get a bit of a pass on the travel as we see a fair amount of hoppy feet on throws. But it's the finals. Everything's tightened up. We've got a close game. This is what it's all about. Anel with that mark. Jin finds Hugo. Bit of wrapping there by Anel. Looked like. Arms in that V shape surrounding the thrower. Kyle now with the disc on the sideline. Needs to center it. Derek goes up line. Kyle puts it to him. A lot of bodies. That calf's okay for Mike. Good to see him in the air. Look for Spartans to take this in one shot. Mike's trotting up. They're playing aggressive. He's ready to go. Get the disc in Young's hands. It's going to Cam. It's going to Cam, but not the way I thought. Mike, that calf really is okay. He's going to get it. What a shot. Full field run by Mike O'Toole. 7-5 for the Spartans. They're on their way. That has been their modus operandi all game. The Ducks have not had an answer for it. Really a tale of two teams as the Spartans have operated with those huge throws, the big backhands from Cam and Young, while the Ducks more comfortable playing the small ball game. And when you look at these teams, that is going to be the story. While the Spartans have significantly more height, that's going to be their advantage. The Ducks more quick and nimble in those small spaces underneath. Comfortable working it down the field. But this is where that championship experience will come into play. Ducks need to maintain their composure if they're going to come back here. There's no time limit. All they've got to do is score, score, and score again. Tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. Up the field to Jen. She's stuck on the sideline, needs some help. Finds Matt Weisker. Again, right in that sideline. It's going to need to be creative. And there's the turn. Young immediately sends it to Cam. Tallest man in the area. Comes down with it. He's got Sam open. There's the shot. And the goal, and that's the game. Congratulations to the Spartans. And a huge win for Seoul. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Thomas for ROK-U. Congrats again to the Spartans.